Frank Hooven lives in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, just outside his hometown of Philly. Ask him and he'll tell you he's a Philly boy. He has retired from a 35-year career writing the poetry of bits and bytes, ones and zeros, algorithms, and cold hard machine logic. Frank is a member of the Haiku Society of America and the Inkstone Poetry Forum. His first book of haiku, Magic Carpet, Red Moon Press, was published in 2005. I mean, 2025. His work can also be found in New Residence, 13, Red Moon Press, and in many haiku journals, online and in print. And here's Frank.
Hello everybody. Wow, I'm not overwhelmed, but I'm almost overwhelmed by your invitation to read to you. What a group. Um, I've heard about you obviously for many years, from way over here on the East Coast, and you are so chock full of poets and writers and artists and editors and just good people. So thank you again very much for inviting me. Um, so what I'm going to do is as you mentioned, I have my first book published in 2025 called Magic Carpet. And I will be reading about two-thirds of the poems I read today will be from it, and then one-third will be miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. And my very first poem that I will read will be the very first poem that I ever had published, and that was thanks to Mr. Paul Miller. So we'll start with that one, then we'll move on and on. Finding the rustle in your hair, autumn wind. Finding the rustle in your hair, autumn wind. Roughhousing at the pool's edge, a gang of sparrows. Roughhousing at the pool's edge, a gang of sparrows. Double rainbow, the trailer park glistens. Double rainbow, the trailer park glistens. Approaching storm, a secret past tree to tree. Approaching storm, a secret past tree to tree. A line of ants into the birdhouse, still of the afternoon. A line of ants into the birdhouse, still of the afternoon. Dinner time, one sandal under the swing. Dinner time, one sandal under the swing. Subway car, the baby's toes jiggle all the way home. Or subway car, the baby's toes jiggle all the way home. Last chocolate truffle, a Hitchcock film I've never seen. Last chocolate truffle, a Hitchcock film I've never seen. Summer, we peel apart. Deep summer, we peel apart. Canyon sunset, so many shades of shadow. Canyon sunset, so many shades of shadow. First fireflies, the little boy in my voice. Now, this poem, uh, the goddess gave it to me whole, in whole cloth. I saw, this was a few years ago, it was the first fireflies of the season. And I came in uh, running, prancing, whatever, in to tell my wife. And as soon as the words came out, the expression came out, it was done. It was there. Every single syllable, word, line, break, everything was there. Unlike, I'm sure as most of you have to suffer through, if suffer it is, you have to suffer through being given a phrase or two lines of the phrase or one line, a fragment or an image, and then you have to work on it for days and weeks and months. But this one, thankfully, no work involved. So thank you. Salt marsh. Morning heat eases into the bird blind. Salt marsh. Morning heat eases into the bird blind. Upholding our 20,000-year contract. Dog adoption. Upholding our 20,000-year contract. Dog adoption. Dinosaur Museum. How wide my mother's eyes. Dinosaur Museum. How wide my mother's eyes. First path. A flattened sapling eases from the mud. Forest path. A flattened sapling eases from the mud. Winter evening. Reaching the high note of my yawn. Winter evening. Reaching that high note of my yawn. Swept pine. A mother carries her children to bed. Windswept pine. A mother carries her children to bed. Bag in a tree. We have all come from somewhere else. Bag in a tree. We have all come from somewhere else. Yellow tinged leaves. A white butterfly with everywhere to go. Yellow tinged leaves. A white butterfly with everywhere to go. Rutted driveway to the farmhouse. Last leaves of autumn. Rutted driveway to the farmhouse. Last leaves of autumn. Frozen pond at night. The end of the thrown rocks slide. So, as was mentioned, and I'll tell anyone, I grew up a city boy. I mean, really urban city boy. So what did I know about frozen ponds? Not much. Didn't know much about ponds at all. But in my early 20s, I lived in Cambridge, Mass, and some buddies came to visit. And one late winter night, we decided to look around for something to do. What's to do? Not much for people with no money. But looking at a map, we saw not far away was Walden Pond, like the Walden Pond. So got in a car, which I just bought actually, drove over there at night. Nobody was there, of course. I think now it might be fenced, but back then, no. So we're there, the pond, which is pretty big because I'm picturing a small pond, but it's not small. It's frozen over. So what do? We throw things at it. We throw rocks, like rocks the size of my fist, maybe a little bit bigger, but usually my size of my fist. And the sound I will not forget for the rest of my life. It's still with me, that eerie, metallic, not quite metallic sound of rocks going across a frozen body of water. And wow. So anyway, frozen pond at night, the end of the thrown rocks slide. Stray dog, the long day follows me home. Stray dog, the long day follows me home. Longest night, the paperwhite bends through its scent. Longest night, the paperwhite bends through its scent. School bus stop, a small boy waiting for the world. School bus stop, a small boy waiting for the world. Chill in the air, the whole ocean just for us. Chill in the air, the whole ocean just for us. Picket line, everyone welcome at the barrel fire. Picket line, everyone welcome at the barrel fire. Unfurling peony, a hint of your face in hers. Unfurling peony, a hint of your face in hers. Desert Canyon, not a sound, and yet the hummingbird. Desert Canyon, not a sound, and yet the hummingbird. Glow of my watch dial. This would have been his birthday. Glow of my watch dial. This would have been his birthday. Clearing skies. Wind ruffles the water in a little red wagon. Clearing skies. Wind ruffles the water in a little red wagon. And for my last few poems, these last few are from your San Francisco Haiku and Senryu competition. So I want to thank you for having that contest over the years. I had some awards, and it did so much for me as I was an emerging poet to know that some of my poems, might be resonating with other people. So thank you very much for sponsoring that competition. Such young men shooting stars. Such young men shooting stars. Autumn wind, all the colors of the freight train. Autumn wind, all the colors of the freight train. Apologies. Frost lingers on the shaded grass. Morning apologies. Frost lingers on the shaded grass. Winter afternoon. The willows spill their light. Winter afternoon. The willows spill their light. Crowded diner. No room on the fly strips. Crowded diner. No room on the fly strips. And my last poem for today. New moon. She adjusts the ring that isn't there. New moon. She adjusts the ring that isn't there. Thank you all very much. And I hope to see you at HNA in 2027 in Philadelphia. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. That was a wonderful reading.